Hello? And now people can see us as well. I don't know what happened. But
Technician,
now,
bro.
so you can hear the stream now.
It's offline for now.
It's offline.
Now it's back.
Now it's back. That's good. Some little
See if I
delay
can mute
latency
myself.
perhaps. According to OBS, you do make noise again.
Yeah,
So that's
it's like
good.
really low volume though.
For you?
Yeah,
But I'm okay. Am I okay?
yeah.
Okay, what about now? I pumped your volume up quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's do
Hail
it like
the
this.
Bale.
Yo,
We
what's
can hear
up?
Celino, but he's really low. So hopefully it'll get better. Just scream in chat again if he's still low. At least he's here now in the audio because he's pretty and all, but we want to hear what he has to say. We can't stand just looking at him for 1 hour. That will not do. All right. So I think we're gonna have to do the introduction again because we didn't. We killed the last stream. So welcome to our first attempt for the night. That has worked out flawlessly thus far of broadcasting the fourth episode of the Paleo Gaming Esports talk show, PaleSports, where we talk about Counter-Strike Global Offensive and League of Legends, mainly the LCS-leagues in North America and Europe. So we're full cooperation, and we consist of the guy in the gray camera. Who are you?
Me is Zale.
You is Salle, and
Yes.
I is John Felix, and I'm the one who pretend to know things about League of Legends, and you're the one who pretends to know things about Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
Basically.
I don't know shit. I'm just babbling.
Yep, we're reading things.
Exactly.
That's the only thing we do. We film ourselves while we read things, articles
Yeah.
from like the daily.esports, and yeah,
We take everything from Thorin.
yep. Basically, Thorin and the daily.esports. So
Okay. Should we jump right into it?
yeah, I think we should. We spent enough time
Babbling.
babbling and babbling without audio. So yeah, all right. I'll just make the letters look nice. Bam. CSGO. We are now officially in the CSGO section because there's a yellow line around the CSGO letters. So Sale boy, take it away. What's been going on in Counter-Strike Global Offensive recently?
Okay, so we had a nice tournament this weekend, the PGL Minor,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually really fun to watch because it's the small teams competing on like a it was really a really serious tournament, and you saw teams from Bulgaria, mixed team from Scandinavia, and they had a game. I think it was a best of three.
Mm-hmm.
They played on the Mirage. I think it was Pixel Fire versus. Oh my god, I can't remember the name. I think it. No, it wasn't eFrag. It was. Oh, I need to check it out. It was. Let's see here. D. That was a Swedish team. I think it was those guys.
Okay.
And they played on Mirage for I think it was 78 rounds. 78 rounds, and that's actually a new record for official games.
Yeah, it should be.
So it should be. It
It
was
should be.
really intense for the casters. They were so they were so sad, so funny. And the funny part was that they played against it- when they got to play Mirage, the other teams, they were like, "Oh no, not more overtime, please! I want this to be a short game." Yeah, that was a long run though. Like,
Did you
if I-
watch the entire game?
no man, I didn't.
Boo.
I just no man, it's too much to take in. And okay, in the beginning it was pretty nice, funny to watch, but in the end it was so back and forth all the time. So
But
it's
so 78 rounds. That means that they're like in the
the sixth overtime.
sixth overtime.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they were just going back and forth between like
Hmm. What?
because you got to get like what is it?
4 rounds, I think it is.
You got to win by 2 rounds, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Counter-Strike Global Offensive and tennis are the two sports that have the ability to last for fucking ever
Yeah,
if
it
things go
can
wrong.
last forever. That's the funny part. So I think it was pretty mentally
Ninjas in pajamas
frustrating.
all died of age. Fnatic wins the game.
Oh my god. Yeah, but so okay, it was fun and Hellraisers got through and won it. So congrats to them. They have a pretty new lineup in Hellraisers. So congrats to them. Let's see, they have Stiko, Oscar, Kucher, Angel, and Kucher and Angel is like the old core from Hellraisers.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in Hellraiser for quite some time now. But Oscar, who's been like an upcoming star in the global offensive scene, a lot of people saying he's a hacker and like he's doing amazing shit on online. But it seems he's good on. I mean, yeah, but it seems he's good on LAN as well because yeah, they won the minor, so gotta stand for something, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
So they have a pretty new lineup. Serbian players. Oscar is from Slovakia. It was they played okay. It was yeah. I think they would have a much easier time winning it, but yeah. So it was quite funny also to see. It was like four Swedish teams, not fully Swedish, but it was really funny to see like small teams compete against each other. It's instead of all these top tier teams.
Yeah.
It was really exciting from time to time.
Yeah.
That when we're talking about tournaments, we can go to Katowice.
Yeah.
I am Katowice 2016.
It's coming up.
It's coming up very soon, guys. It's when is it? March?
Yeah.
I think it's March.
Yeah, it is. I don't know the
Holy
exact
shit.
date. Maybe.
I think it's the 14th or something like that, or maybe 16th.
I'm sure I can check it out if I just.
I'm doing it right now.
Alright.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say exactly when. They say March
event.
2016. Well, that's gonna be an incredible tournament. Like, if they have a really nice
It's-
stat page.
It's March. I'm sorry. It's March 4th to 6th. So
Yeah, okay.
March 4th, 4, 5, and 6.
They have a really nice. They have some really nice stats on their homepage. You can read here. It says we are proud of these numbers. They got $4,638,150 of prize money so far, and they had 104,000 attendances at the Katowice last year,
That's cool.
which is incredible for esports tournament. Like it wasn't only Counter-Strike. I think it was Dota as well. I don't remember. And you can see here the concurrent peak view under Katowice 2015 was 1.6 million. What do you think about that? Do you think it will increase or do you think it will decrease?
I'm gonna
Hello?
say it. I'm gonna say it will increase. Actually,
Okay. Why do you think so?
because I think that esports is still something that is growing in popularity, and and especially in like branching out to like mainstream formats.
Hmm.
So I think the audience is just gonna get bigger and bigger, and also we're gonna talk about this when we come into the League of Legends part later. But there are some really significant teams attending this year's IEM Katowice, if I'm correct, and when it comes to pulling a crowd. So yeah, I think we'll have a lot of viewers, especially online. I think. I,
Yeah,
I
of
think. I
course.
mean, considering how the viewerships in like North America is growing for League of Legends, and how like these um, non esports or gaming companies start coming into League of Legends and esports, and like starting teams even. I mean, like there's this North American LCS team called Echo Fox. That's this uh,
Yeah.
sports personality, Rick
No,
Fox,
they
who.
started up a CSGO team there as well.
Oh, nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Sean Gears from Cloud9.
really,
Yep, he's gonna be playing.
is that true?
Yeah.
So he's not going to coach for Cloud9. He's going to play for Echo Fox
Yep.
CS:GO.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. I
Guess
actually
he
do.
don't want to be the coach, so I think he's not ready. I mean, he's not done with playing. And I kind of agree to that because he's an incredible in-game leader.
Yeah, I'm happy he
Uh,
doesn't stop playing. But I didn't know that they had a CS:GO team. But that's an example of like somebody from a completely different world from what we've known before, just coming into esports and like starting his own League of Legends team.
mhm.
Um,
But it's like like the TSM team. I don't know if you all guys heard it, but TSM got a new lineup, full North American lineup. Um,
doesn't look
Everybody's
very
giving
good.
them shit because they're picking up like the worst players from top three in the world to nobodies.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird for a organization to do like that. And
That's my daughter.
believe in the Paleo gaming hype. No, but Sean Gears is actually gonna play with Mo. He's a really famous streamer in
Hmm.
the NA scene. Not for being a good player, but he's an entertainer and a rage kid, and it's quite funny to watch. I really appreciate his videos and his gameplay. He's really funny. Yes. So yeah, it will be interesting. I think the NA scene is growing more and more companies are establishing for into the Counter Strike scene, and it's really fun to watch how it will progress this year. I think this year, this is my thoughts, that this year will be like one of the like biggest, which will have the biggest impact on Counter Strike and even on esports. And I guess it's the same for League of Legends, right? You think it will be like a big year for League of Legends? Or a
Um.
big year overall for esports?
Yeah. Well, considering that it's growing so much that it does, you can pretty much assume that until like the growth starts to like straight, not go constantly upwards. I guess like every year is going to be like a big year for esports, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, if you look at like the European LCS, I think it's much more quality uh, in that league right now. I'd say I think there are more teams this season that can compete for the top than there were last season.
Hmm.
Um, and I think the new additions to the North American LCS looks good as well. We can talk more about that later when we're in the LCS section. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big year, and yeah, I actually think that the IM Katowice this year will has the potential to be even more popular than last year. What do you think?
Yeah, like if we look at these groups, which are, yeah, they're fucking packed with awesome, like, quality. If you check on the first group, Group A, you have
Mm-hmm.
Fnatic, you have
Nice.
Navi, you have Luminosity, you have Ninjas in Pyjamas, you have PaleSports, and then you have the upcomers, the Mongols. And the Mongols, they played the IEM qualifier for Katowice in Taipei. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, I think it's China. Or do you know Taipei, where it is?
I think it's in. Could be in. It could be in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's Taiwan. Yes, yes, yes. 100%. Yes, that's
The
correct.
Taipei Assassin plays in the
Guys,
LMS, I think. That's why I know. Um,
these guys played against Renegades in the final, and Renegades is quite known in the CSGO scene because they're from Australia and they play a lot in the NA scene, but they have got a lot of shit lately for lacking results.
all right.
And this just says this just saying quite much for the CS:GO scene in general. Like here comes the Mongols guys and fucking wrecking these guys from Australia, and I've never heard of them before. So it will be very interesting to
Oh
see what
no.
they can do.
I did it again. I do this every episode. I made you go away. I'm so sorry. You're
Oh my
back now.
god.
You're back. You're back. Don't worry.
Okay, and
You're
these
safe now.
guys are actually from Mongolia, and that's so awesome. Can you even believe that, man?
Well, if now that I know that they have the best names, like
Yeah, they actually have a samurai on their team logo. It's a samurai, and I think the stickers when we get to the majors, yeah, they gonna go up pretty much. I think.
I love the fact that their name is the Mongols
Yeah,
because
it's so awesome.
they know
They
it's a
are the
yeah.
Mongols. There's nobody else playing.
What other fucking Mongol would it be at IM Katowice? You couldn't do that from Sweden. The Swedes. Oh, here
And the
comes the
funny
Swedish
part,
team.
the funny part about the Mongols is that uh, they only lost one map on the IAM Taipei.
Yeah,
So yeah, okay. Renegades is not as good as Mouse Sports, Nip Luminosity, Navi Fnatic, but still, I think it's really funny. But like, if you check Luminosity, they started from scratch as well, and now they're a top 5 team, if you ask me.
hmm.
Uh, and they actually got donated money to go play for to tournaments.
Yeah. We talked about that last time. I think that's
Yeah,
really
I think
interesting.
yeah, I think we did as well. Uh, and so I think it's really funny to see that the Asian scene is actually.
Yeah,
I think
because
it's a good what's it called, like, initiative from IM from the major that they have a qualifier there.
absolutely. And you and I, we were on the phone the other day and we talked about this. I asked you, why
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive not a big thing in Asia? I mean, look at League of Legends, look at StarCraft, look at the big esports that have been throughout history. Asia manages to get on top of that shit and, you
Mhm.
know, be you know, the leading region within the sport, right? But not in
Exactly.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Here, Europe has been on top, like, since I don't know when. Like, forever, right? I mean, Europe has pretty much always been on top.
Always. At least for some time when North America was on top. Well, maybe they were 50-50 or something. But yeah, it's for the most part Europe has been like the leading the leading. I don't know what to call it, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see this Group A play. Fnatic, yeah, they're incredible with Dennis in the team since they kicked Pronax.
Pronax.
Yeah, Fnatic is a really good team. Navi, they won a tournament not so long ago. I don't recall what tournament it was. I think it was. I don't recall what tournament it was. Never mind. But Navi is a really great team. Luminosity are always a contender for the finals. Ninjas in Pyjamas. I don't think this will be their major. They have Pyth, who's a really inexperienced player. We talked about that in the last episode. Mouse Sports, not so much either. I know they can go into a game and destroy people, but this group is too heavy to them. Like
Yeah.
it's so hard. I think Fnatic, Navi, Luminosity, and maybe Mouse Sports will go through to the
Playoffs.
yeah. And when you look at Group B, you have Envy Us and you have Astralis. Astralis is the old TSM. You have the Polish Bears, Virtus Pro,
Yeah.
and then you have this new organization, FaZe. We haven't talked about FaZe, but FaZe is a old Call of Duty organization.
Yeah,
They have a lot of money.
we talked
have-
a little bit about them on an earlier episode.
Oh, okay. Well, for you guys who don't know, FaZe is consisting of the old Kingwin or G2
Mm-hmm.
with Michael and the others, which actually have like a really good chance in this tournament. I think. I think maybe FaZe will be the big upcomers in this year's major in Katowice. They have a really good potential and quality. Like they play a really good game.
So they're North American as well.
The organization is North
Yeah,
American.
sure. But the players doesn't have to be sure. But
No, it's a bit mixed there.
Yeah.
And that's really funny. They have one Portuguese, they have one Swedish guy, and they have two Norwegian guys and
Mhm.
one Danish guy.
okay.
So that's actually like the only team in the top which has a mix of like a big mix of nations.
Yeah, but 4 out of 5 players are Scandinavian then.
Yeah, exactly.
Norway, Denmark, and Sweden, so they'll understand each other.
Yeah, but I think they
Fairly
use
easily.
English for the respect of the Portuguese.
Yeah, Scandinavians are usually quite good at English as well, so
Mm.
I think.
So
it'll be-
yeah, I think, and then we have EFrag, which is a Bulgarian team. They have been known for being upcomers, and they can almost win against everybody if they have a good day, you know. And they played really good in the minor as well, against the Hellraisers in the
Mhm.
finals. But I don't think they will upset this year. I don't think so. They got a new member, and yeah, things like that take time. Except for Luminosity.
Yeah, well, some
And
teams,
then we,
some teams just don't bother. You know, some teams do the normal thing and they start out a little slow and then they grow together. But other teams, like, yeah, we got 4 new players. We don't care. We're just gonna keep on winning.
yeah, exactly. And then we have the NA team, which is not confirmed, but we don't know who's gonna come from NA because the qualifier hasn't been played yet.
Mhm.
So that will be interesting to see. Probably will be Cloud9. I don't
Not
think
Liquid.
there will be. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh my God, I forgot them. I really hope Liquid wins. It will be funny to watch Simple and Hiko, Nitro, Adren.
That's
Let's
a good
see
team.
if Simple can upset.
I
Uh,
think overall Team Liquid has a strong CS:GO roster.
yeah, I think so too. But I'm so afraid that Simple is gonna destroy them because of his toxic behavior. He don't have a professional, what's it called, like attitude to the game.
Yeah.
Not at all. Like he was playing Face It Pro League. I think it was yesterday or two days ago, and they were playing with JW in Fnatic in a 2 versus 4,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a op dropped in slope on Mirage as terrorist, and JW takes it up, and Simple is behind him, and he's like, "Drop me my op," Simple says,
Mm-hmm.
and don't do it because he's like having a duel against a guy, and Simple just baiting him, just standing there waiting for him to give him his op,
Mm-hmm.
and JW dies. He gets fucking mad and tells him, "You're like the worst teammate ever. Why do you not help me? I'm gonna report you, blah blah blah."
Mm.
So like it's, yeah, I don't know. A lot of times he's trolling, but yeah, I think it's I really hope for him and for Liquid that he's gonna learn how to be professional, because it's gonna end badly for him if he's not agreeing to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You you can hope that when you get picked up by a professional team that you're at least being professional when you're playing with the team.
Exactly.
Maybe you're the same guy when you play solo or like in the Face It Pro League or like when you're streaming or whatever, but when you're on your team on a LAN, maybe you straighten up. That's what I do if I'm
And
actually getting paid to do something by an employer.
yeah, it's a job. Like you need to take it serious.
Yeah.
And this is also very interesting. I don't think we talked about this last episode. I don't know if I've told you this, but do you know the Titan guys, the French team?
Yeah, a little, not very much.
No, but this French team lost their organization,
Mm-hmm.
and they have been out of an organization for some time now. And this was one of Thorin's thoughts. Like, why don't TSM pick up Titan? Because Titan is so much better than these shitty players. But now the old Titan has found a new home in
Mm-hmm.
G2 Kingwin.
Yeah. So great.
So
Yeah, well,
congrats to them. What were you saying?
yeah, well, no, I was just thinking about that TSM mess and like, yeah, they lost such a great team, and now it seems like they're gonna have to like rebuild some, Counter-Strike Global Offensive confidence as an organization before they can get, the star players. And I wonder how they're gonna build. How are they gonna become the organization that attracts the star players, considering where they are now and how the competition looks? I mean, there are other North American teams who are way better, who have much better lineups. According to that Thorin episode about this, there were like top NA talent that like didn't want to go to TSM now because they know that they're not going to play with other players on that level, and
Yeah.
like all other superstar or these big rosters, they've already got homes, like you say. Titan went to G2. And these other organizations, they're not losing many players. I mean, if you compare League of Legends to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the CSGO players, they stay together on a team for much longer.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't get these four guys quit from one split to the next, you know?
Mm.
So what superstar player is going to leave their team that they're on right now? If we look at Navi, Envious, G2, Fnatic, NiP, Liquid, all these big teams, Luminosity, Mouse Esports, what of these players are going to quit that team and then go join TSM? I mean, TSM is like, they're going to
Yeah,
have to
after
like
this
find
go, after this go,
undeveloped talent, you know, like coming superstars
mm.
who are playing online and like try and develop them into the new big thing. But like before that, they're gonna have a very hard time competing for the top quality talent. Like,
And if this goes to shit, TSM will lose a lot of respect in the professional scene for taking in, like, from other players, looking for a team or organization. I think. I don't know. It feels sad. Uh, Maybe we'll see another team in TSM. But
mm,
if we go, if you can push forward in the CS:GO scene, this is really interesting. Faceit has gotten a really nice investment into their organization. They've actually got 128,000 euros in from investments in their company. And
that's big.
yeah, and if you see all the, like, the tournaments and everything Faceit is doing for the community and for the scene, it's this was kind of, what's it called, like, expected, because they have a awesome, what's it called, they have really good I can't find the words, god damn it. Yeah, they're like the mother of CS:GO, if you ask me. Like, you play Faceit, or I play Faceit all the time,
Yeah, the face of
and
Pro League has become huge,
yeah,
and
like,
they're
so
behind the
many,
EU League in North America as well.
yeah. So I think it's wonderful. Yeah, and with all the new teams and people jumping to TSM,
Mm.
Face, and G2 Kinguin, we also have Astralis, which is the old TSM
Yeah,
team.
so they're
And
gonna be
those,
great, right? They're probably just gonna become a top team in the world again.
they actually have had a pretty bad scoreline the last couple of days or weeks, but this is one of the best teams in the world. When the major is coming, you're gonna see a good team. Uh,
Yeah,
and
I
these
mean,
guys have been waiting a long time to find a good organization.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So they haven't played for a very long time. I mean, it's not surprising. They're kind of starting over, like
Yeah,
not starting over, but they have to like get back into the groove again, you know?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
they've been out of it for some time. It was actually quite a long time ago that they left TSM. We talked
Yeah,
about it on the first episode of PaleSports.
yeah, that's true.
Alas,
And I
like
think
this is a
they,
big thing. They've left TSM now, and I actually expected them to like. We were like, is there anything on the internet? Do we know who they're gonna play for? No. Okay, so it's probably coming up in the next coming days because these are so huge players. It felt like people are just gonna dive right over them. Like, hey, we've got $50 billion here. You can get all of it. Just come play for our team.
and
But
they actually got a yeah, sorry.
it took quite some time actually
Yeah, they
before.
got some offers, and I think they were really, like, digging into if they looked uh, good enough and comparing, and but first of all, they thought that they would start their own team,
Yeah,
uh, because they were nicking the name of the team was like question mark team
Team
question mark.
Secret. Yeah.
Yeah, Team Secret or something. Yeah. But now they actually got an offer from Astralis, which is old organization from 1.6, and I even think they're like back to 1.3 actually.
That's
And
cool.
in the beginning, I think it was a Finnish organization. I don't know if it is that right now, but yeah,
Astralis.
Astralis is. They made a like probably the best deal in their lives because they are co-owners in this organization, which makes them have the like the best what you call it. Yeah, they can control everything.
Yeah, but for Astralis as an organization to get the players to become co-owners in the organization means that it means something to them as individuals. Like, if we win prize money, that means we get money to the organization that I am a co-owner of, right? I mean, the fact that you do that shows that you're making a long-term commitment. It's not like, yeah, I'll sign a contract, we'll see how it goes. Then if it doesn't work out, we'll just leave. They've invested, they're co-owners in its organization. That's cool. That's quite significant, actually, in terms of how dedicated these players seem to be to this organization. We're probably going to see these players, or most of these players, be Astralis players for a long time.
Mm. And yeah, I think this will be like a good thing for the well-being of Counter-Strike teams, and they're making something new and very good. So I really hope this will work for them, and they are gonna make so much profit out of this because if you if you look at their logo, it's red, and every single red logo in the sticker market
Mm-hmm.
is like
Popular.
really expensive and really popular. So these guys will get a lot of money from stickers, and everybody knows when there's a new major, there's gotta be new stickers, and the stickers gonna get like they're gonna buy so much stickers, it's crazy, and these teams get 50%.
Yeah, that's. I think that's such a good way to just
Yeah,
make market to the sport and the organizations. It's such a win-win situation. I love it.
I think it's a good move. Also, uh, by the Astralis, I mean the old TSM guys,
Yeah.
to do this because they want to earn money. It's their job, you know. And now when they're co-owners, of course you don't want to lose money. Why don't win money?
Yeah,
Like
and
get more money.
if you think about the things that happened in TSM allegedly, where like their manager was fired and they didn't want him to be fired and they hired him back as an agent, and like the TSM leadership like did something that these players did not agree with at all. I mean, they're they're obviously protecting themselves from something like that reoccurring ever again, because it's not the same situation now. We have a leadership, right? And then the
Yeah.
players. It's much more entwined now, so that's probably a big reason to why they want to do this, like, because like you said, they were thinking about starting their own team, their own organization, but instead of doing that and like learning everything you need to learn when it comes to just start an organization, find investors and sponsors and all that, this is like probably a nice middle ground thing to do, to just become co-owners in an organization that already exists, that already have people that know how to handle all those things, that aren't,
Absolutely.
just playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but rather, running an organization, running a company.
Mm.
That shit already exists, and everything is in place within Astralis, but they can become co-owners and have a lot to say about what's going on and what's not going on. I mean, the people on Astralis is like not gonna go in and say, do this or do that. Um, Like play
They,
like this or play like that.
I think they're most gonna be like a council. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna come with tips and ask like, what do you think about this? Should we do like this? Okay, and then they will vote in the team and yeah, come to a conclusion or what to do.
Yeah.
I think that maybe this will be like the new type of way teams will look like in the future. I don't know. Maybe if it's successful, I think it will. And but I don't know if that's good or bad.
I
Do you know
think
what I mean?
I think
For like
I,
the mainstream
yeah,
scene.
I think for the most part, I think for these players, I think they enjoy their situation more now, considering what's happened and uh, everything. But generally, I'd say that it's probably better to not mix those things too much. Like, it's nice to have a structure where there is a head of the organization. They have hired a coaching staff, analyst teams, uh, got a gaming house. Then there's the players, and they listen to them. And uh, instead of like everybody doing everything, it's it, that because that's how it was way back when this thing was new. Esports, like competitive gaming, there were no big organizations or coaches. There was just five players playing together, starting a team, and that growed into organizations. And now, quite recently, the last few years, we're seeing a much bigger, usage of like coaches and analysts and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We have sports psychologists working for teams now in
Hmm.
esports, stuff like that. So, um, I think in the long run, for the most part, I think it's better if the players get to focus on only playing the game
Yeah.
and not
Exactly.
the other parts of the organization.
But yeah, I think they've set it up so Astralis have like a management. So I don't think
Yeah,
the players
I
will.
assume they do. I assume they do
Yeah,
have coaches and
exactly.
analysts and all that. But
Yeah, yeah.
um,
And while we talk about coaches, this is just like uh, a quote, or not a quote, but do you know what I mean? Like
hmm,
yeah. Nip is actually got a new coach.
okay.
They have taken in a guy called Threat, which is, I think
Oh yeah,
it's a
I've heard of that.
really, really, yeah, he's a really good player. He was a really good player,
He
and
was an in-game leader when he played, right? Wasn't he? I think he's been mentioned as a good in-game leader when he was a player.
mhm.
Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't remember. I think so.
I just feel that it's really good for them because he has a lot of knowledge in the scene.
Yeah,
I really like him a lot.
maybe it will be good for Nip to like get some new ideas in, get a new group dynamic. The thing about group dynamics is that you only need to change one person within a group to change the entire dynamic.
Mm.
That can be both good and bad. If you have a group that really works well together and you have to replace one of them, even though you don't really want to, when things are
Mm.
working fine, that can like change everything. But if things are going badly, like they have been doing for Nip, it's been very up and down lately.
Yep.
They don't have to like kick 3 or 4 players. I mean, they're skilled players, all of them. They maybe just need to change something within the group dynamic, and just adding one new person into that group, and like in this case, not even replacing a player, like just adding a new coach. It
Yeah,
could
and
change the
I think
entire
they need
dynamic
that
of the group.
because I think they need that because if you look at Exist's strats, they are really like um, it's a lot of about the spawns of where they spawn as city or terrorist.
Hmm.
So it's really like individually for them. No, not like tactical strats who they decided in the beginning. So I think threat will be a really good thing to make the team more strategically uh, what you call like strategically prepared
Yeah.
and before a major. And yeah, I think threat will have a really nice impact he's such a nice guy, and I play with him a lot of times, and he's a really nice guy to be around with. You know,
Hmm.
he's always positive and he's always saying good stuff, even if it's bad. He he
He's
got
got
a
a
way to
positive mindset.
yeah, but he has a thing how to say it. You know,
Yeah.
to make it sound like you're not doing anything bad, but he's gonna help you or something. Yeah, you understand what I mean.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna move over to League of Legends before the hour gets too late over here in Sweden.
Sweet.
Uh, so now the Counter-Strike Global Offensive letters aren't shining anymore, but the League of Legends ones are. Um, so if we
So
look at
what's been going on?
well, LCS has been going on for 3 weeks in North America and in Europe, and things are looking both expected and unexpected. But the big thing right now, as of now, is, as we talked about earlier, is IEM Katowice, because they've announced all teams that will be playing. So there were like two IEMs, IEM San Jose, IEM Cologne. And the first and second place teams from both those tournaments, they qualify. And those teams are Origin from Europe, CLG from North America, Ever from Korea, and Xiaogu Reapers from China. And then there are
Shall
four.
go Reapers?
Yeah, they won
Okay.
the IEM San Jose
Hmm.
by beating Fnatic in the semifinals.
Oh
Too
yeah.
bad. But then we have some invited teams, like 4 teams. There's one invited team from China, one from Europe, one from North America, and one from Korea. And so these 4 teams are from China. It's Royal Never Give Up. Allegedly the best team in China right now, with some really interesting players. From Europe, it's yay, Fnatic.
Let's go.
From North America, it's TSM. And from Korea, it's SK Telecom, world champions. The team that won Worlds quite dominantly in December have actually been invited to IEM Katowice and also accepted that invite. When it comes to that team, it doesn't feel like they're sitting in like, I hope we get to play in IEM Katowice. This is the team that's like pretty much always invited, and ESL are like sitting like this. Come on, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes. And then they're like, okay, fuck it, we'll go play. Because this is like the best team in the world. Like, they're superstars. So that's actually a big thing. There have been some discussions regarding these invites. Like, why is SK Telecom invited? Why aren't they inviting like the Rocks Tigers? They're placed higher in the league right now. Why is Fnatic invited when H2K is actually a better team right now? Stuff like that. But you have to realize that
They've been playing for a while.
yeah,
Right?
and you got to look at like what is IEM Katowice? What are these IEM tournaments? They're international tournaments, right? That are supposed to be a good show for the fans and that are supposed to be good for ESL and IEM. It's supposed to attract a lot of fans for them, a lot of viewers, and in the end, like a lot of money. So this is not a tournament that is designed to show which is the strongest team in the world, where the best teams of each region qualify for this tournament. Because we've already got that. That is Worlds, right? In League of Legends, we got Worlds every year. That's
Yeah.
what that tournament does. I mean, here, okay, like, take TSM, for example, in North America. They're not doing very well right now, but it's only week 3 in the LCS.
Exactly.
So first of all, it's very early. If you're gonna have teams qualify based on their league standings, you can't do that after week 3 in the spring split. Like, teams are brand new. They're just learning how to play together, how to play the meta. And if you're having a tournament in March, the teams need to be decided right now. So, and it's like having this tournament in the summer split for League of Legends, it's like probably not a possibility because teams are so occupied in preparing for Worlds, and like the stakes are high in qualifying for Worlds.
And there's one thing to mention here that even if the season is starting, you have to know that what's like when you get to these finals,
Mhm.
that's when it counts. Like you first have to like be very good in the seasons, and then you have to like be even more impressive in the major finals. Like it's so much. I think it takes a lot for the teams to be so consistent. I
Yeah,
think it's hard. I don't know if people are focusing more like on the majors. I know they have to like compete in the season to go to the major. I mean to the finals, but still.
yeah.
Uh,
But and if you think about this, that what they want, like what ESL want, is like, yes, they want to put together a tournament where they have high quality League of Legends. Like, so they want really, really good teams to compete against each other. They don't want bad teams there, obviously. But they're also going to consider that they want popular teams. Like, for instance, people have been saying, oh, we want to see Immortals from North America because they're undefeated thus far. They won 6 games and lost 0 so far. So that's crazy. That is Huni and Rainover from Fnatic. They're going to do another 18-0 in North America now.
oh.
And so people are saying that they're better right now. We want to see them in IM Katowice. Yes, but if you're going to go look at the league standings, you might as well say, like, this early on in the game, like Team Impulse, which has like one player that we even know from last split, the team that everyone has expected to crash and fall, and that has a very small fan base compared to the big organizations, they're ahead of TSM right now. So would you make the same argument to say that now we should send Team Impulse to IEM Katowice instead of TSM? They're also placed above TSM in the current standings. And for ESL, that would not be an option. Like, consider this matchup, like big group stage game, SK Telecom, world champions, versus TSM, one of the most famous organizations in Western esports. Or SK Telecom, former world champions, versus Team Impulse. Like, it's basically 100,000 Twitch viewers gone if you put a team like Team Impulse there. And even if you have Immortals that is very hyped right now, very famous, and do very well, they still don't have a fan base like in numbers comparable to the TSM organization. Of course they're going to invite teams that will pull the audience like TSM does, both the local audience that go to the event and like want to see the biggest teams, and like online viewers. They will also watch the biggest ones. And the same thing has been said, why aren't we inviting H2K? They're doing better than Fnatic. But over there, I mean, they had a deciding game, and that's really cool. ESL contacted both H2K and Fnatic before their game against each other in the league and said that this is the deciding match for us. The team that wins this game is the team that we are going to invite. So both organizations knew that before the game.
Really?
Yeah. If you look at the Fnatic Life of Legends documentary, though, the players didn't know that on Fnatic when they played the game. The coach said that after the last game of that week. Okay, guys, just so you know, just because we won over H2K this week, we're going to go play at IM Katowice. And everybody's like, woo, yeah. So the coach actually decided not to tell them, to not add any pressure and stuff like that. But yeah, so, I mean, if we go back to like the IM Katowice, we've got, to name all the teams now though, we got Origin and Fnatic from Europe, we got SKT and Ever from Korea, Gu and Royal Never Give Up from China, and CLG and TSM from North America. So it's an insanely popular and strong lineup. So about what we talked about earlier about the viewership, yes, I think it can definitely grow compared to last year. I think these teams that we have in League of Legends this year are way more popular than the lineup in last year's IM Katowice. So I think we're gonna have a much bigger viewing number when it comes to League of Legends. Just the fact that SK Telecom is there is huge for IM Katowice. That they got
Yeah,
that team to play there, that is that's a scoop. Like
absolutely.
everybody's gonna want to see SK Telecom. Faker is still the best player in the world, probably the best player of all time in League of Legends, and he's gonna be there. I mean,
That's quite incredible, actually.
yeah. Like imagine if SK Telecom had played a game in Stockholm when we were there. Like,
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not an option not to go see that game as long as there are tickets left. So, uh, definitely it's going to grow. And also, like we said earlier, I think the sports are just becoming more and more popular. You know, you get these teams like we mentioned, like Immortals, brand new team this split. They're number one in the league, undefeated,
Yeah,
top
you talked
top
about them.
quality talent. NRG Esports, top quality talent, brand new team in the league as well. I mean, so not only are there coming in new investors and new organizations into this league, but they're great. They're good teams with like star lineups that perform well. Not all of them. Let me Echo Fox is an organization that needs time to grow um, before they can be really big, but it's like in the top three of the NALCS right now. I mean, yes, like I said before, it's still very early to judge people. Uh, it's very early, but still, the top three right now is Immortals, brand new organization, 6 wins, 0 losses. Then CLG, 4 wins and 2 losses. Then NRG, brand new organization, 4 wins and 2 losses.
Mm.
Like these two brand new organizations are actually ahead of both Cloud9 and TSM.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's like always in the beginning of seasons in every sport. The
Yeah, of
like
course.
the small teams and the new teams
Yeah,
are
you get this
always,
ride, this momentum, this
yeah,
go, you know.
yeah. Oh
But
my God, we're in the new season. We're gonna do this way, and then they're not so consistent anymore. But okay, it's just speculation. But that's I
yeah,
always almost look at every time.
I mean, a team like TSM with those players that they have, if they can get the cooperation working there, that they will grow with time. But you know,
Their full cooperation.
yeah, we're going in. We're gonna set things straight over there. Um, yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward a bunch to the IM Katowice because crazy good lineup and yeah, it'll be interesting to see if like hopefully their SKT, the world champions, are not doing this thing where like Faker just sits on the bench or like stays home in Korea or something and they play like a lot of substitutes. Um, I mean, they are SKT is a team with a lot of substitutes on their team, and they are going to play some of those substitutes here because it's a nice opportunity for them to try these substitutes and get them to synergize well with the team without, you know, having to
I
risk
think that's a
losing
good
games in the
thing.
league.
I think that's a good thing to try out different roles in matches when they're gonna play like officials. Like they can play with other teammates who are more preferred in this role, and then they can like change up their gameplay together as a team to be better against certain teams. You know.
Yeah,
I like that usage of substitutes. If you ask me, it really feels like a bigger competitive game.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at like Team Liquid in North America in League of Legends, they have 10 players on their roster now. So this
Holy shit.
big big size rosters are actually becoming a thing, you know, and most
But
people's
maybe that is because, yeah, okay, we're gonna pick up all these players, so they are ours, and let's see who shines the most, and then we put him in the roster and kick the rest.
yeah, or just use a lot of subs, you know. I don't know exactly how they're going to try, but you know, it's if the owner has been outspoken about this is something they've been wanting to do. They have a 10-man roster and they alternate people in scrims or like uh, try and get that rolling and get that competitive environment within the team. I mean, I think actually, I've thought about this earlier. I mean, if you like, okay, you can't always compare esports to traditional sports, but sometimes you can. And in like a team environment, if you have a team with 5 players, you know that like you're not going to get kicked from the team until it goes so completely out of hand that they're actually like firing you. Like there's no way to like, oh no, you're being benched next game because you're not performing right now. You need to pick it up. And this other jungler is actually performing better than you in scrims right now, so we're going to try him out. He's doing better in practice, so he gets to play the game. I mean, that's an aspect of having bigger teams than just 5 players for 5 positions. That might actually be good. The challenge though is to get players that want to be there, that like aren't guaranteed basically to play in every game. Like, you know, the big stars I mean, if you can choose between going on a team where you get to play every game of the season, or you get to go on a team where like, yeah, this is a 10-man roster and you're gonna have to compete for your spot, some players are just gonna go, well, no, I'm gonna take this team where I'm gonna get to play every game. But I think probably it's I mean, people are using subs more, and people are using subs more in Korea, which I said before is like a leading region within League of Legends, and like the West has a tendency to follow what they do. What up, Whoopie? Welcome to the stream. So I think bigger rosters than just 5 or 6 players are going to become more popular, actually. And I think it's going to be good. I think in the long term, it's going to be able to create these team environments where you actually need to compete for your spot against other players that might very well be as good as you.
I think that's really good. I really like that.
Yeah. In other news, in Europe, we have G2 is a new team the European LCS.
Did they pick up Titan in CSGO? What team did they pick up?
They've got Kikis. He's the old Unicorns of Love jungler who left Unicorns of Love last split right before playoffs to join this team in the Challenger Series. And this team has won 5 games and lost 1. And they're on top of the league.
But yeah.
So this is actually
interesting.
Yeah, quite an extraordinary start to the season for them.
But the others, are they like unknown players, or are they known for being good players? Or
no, it's not like they've gotten like superstars. It's like
it's not like they did the TSM move.
No, definitely not. So this is quite an interesting team to follow. Whereas like teams like both Origin and Fnatic are like one of 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that share the 5th place with 3 wins and 3 losses. And then we got Vitality on 3rd place and like H2K on 2nd place. So yeah, I think H2K and Vitality, everybody expected them to be in the top 4. Everybody expected to be see Fnatic and Origin in the top 4 as well, but I think we will definitely do that before this split comes to an end, I think.
Well, that's really funny to see a new team in the scene.
Yeah.
If you know
Well,
what I mean.
you know, like I said, in North America, there are new organizations. There are in Europe as well. We got a G2 that like came up from Challenger Series. We have Team Vitality that bought a spot, brand new organization, really good roster on Vitality, and we have H2K that has a sick lineup right now. Splice is a brand new organization. They're not like the star-packed, Swedish Yamato Cannon as a coach. That's cool, but
He left.
he left Rockcat, yeah. So he has an all-Danish lineup now in Splice that he's coaching.
Okay.
They have 2 wins and 4 losses right now, but and we're gonna have to see if they're if they're a team that's looking to be relegated or can actually establish themselves as like lower middle. We'll have
So
to see.
have you started predicting who's gonna be the top contenders for the Europe finals?
For spring, yeah, I think I have said like I think Origin will
Origin?
win,
Yeah,
but
I was thinking the same.
probably if I have to pick two teams that are going to the finals right now, I'd say Origin and H2K because H2K has like a super strong lineup and they seem to be very in sync already, communicate well, synergize well with each other. Whereas Fnatic has new players on the lineup as well, but I think they need more time. I think Fnatic has a lineup that could be the strongest team in Europe um, when like summer split comes, like when we get closer to Worlds, when they have played together for a long time. I think they will be like top four. If I would have to guess, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Origin wins, H2K second, Fnatic third, and Vitality is fourth. And that's the top four that pretty much everybody expected.
Yeah,
Probably not. They wouldn't probably put teams in that very order. A lot of
let's see what
people are
happens.
a lot of people are putting the money on H2K rather than Origin, but I think Origin will take it. They're good. They're they're good, and they have four of the five players from last split remaining. So
That's always good.
yeah, and Power of Evil is mechanically he's an upgrade uh, from Expeke, and they still have Expeke in the organization, so he's probably handling a lot of the strategy and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Origin is gonna take it, and I think SKT is gonna win IEM Katowice. Those are
Who?
my predictions for
Origin is
tonight.
gonna take Katowice?
No, SKT is gonna take Katowice. The Koreans, the world champions, they're gonna win IEM Katowice, and Origin is gonna win the European LCS, and I actually think that Immortals, the new team, is gonna win the American LCS because they look so goddamn good already, so synced. I mean, it's not this is no like lucky winning streak. They are actually working really well together as a team. They've not lost a single game. They look really solid. And as they play more and more and more with each other, they're gonna get more and more synergized. So I don't think they will be undefeated like Fnatic was, but I think they'll win this split. And then I think teams like TSM need like more time to figure things out. Obviously, they're not in that same place where everybody clicks together right now, so it'll take some time for them. But yeah, who do you think will win the CS:GO Katowice? If you have to
Oh
pick
my
one
god!
team,
Like I've been starting to be a really big fan of Luminosity Gaming. I want them to win their first like really big tournament. So my heart goes to Luminosity,
what your brain says.
but my brain have to think. I don't know, man. It's really hard because Nip is bad, Mousesports bad, Mongo's bad. I don't think Efrag, not Face, not Virtus. Maybe Virtus. They're on home ground.
Navi,
Yeah, Navis. I think either
Fnatic.
Fnatic or Fnatic and MVS are like the top contenders always.
All right.
Uh,
So you heard it here first. SKT, you didn't hear it here first that SKT will win IEM Katowice. No way. But you've heard it here now that SKT will win Katowice in League of Legends, and either Fnatic or Envious will do it in CS:GO. We're actually gonna have to stop here now because we've been on for quite some time, and
yeah, how long have we been going?
yeah, not that long since we actually got the sound to work, but it's getting quite late over here.
Yeah.
And I have some other things I need to do before I shut down the B-rain. So, but
Before we say goodbye,
yeah,
I think I posted a link
yeah,
in the chat. I
you
think
did.
you should look it up because it's quite interesting to see the fans, and it's like the most famous professional esports players on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. You see all these League of Legends players, and the top famous player is Bjergsen.
Yeah.
He has 1.9 million.
He's actually quite known for being really good at using social media.
Really?
Yeah. Like, um,
He's posting a lot of shit, I
yeah.
guess.
So he uses his social media very much and very well, and that's good. I mean, you're basically a brand, right, as a player, so you need to work with that brand. But we got Reckless there in like the top 10. Go Sweden. Um, and interesting to see, we got League of Legends on number 1, we got CSGO at number 2, and then we got a lot of League of Legends. Like, on
But the
social
funny part
media,
is,
the League of
Pasha,
Legends players, the League of Legends players are obviously more in touch with social media than Counter-Strike Global Offensive players.
absolutely.
This is an interesting thing. I think we should like look into this and like maybe have this as save this link, because this is something that would be interesting to discuss more in next PaleSports.
Absolutely.
I mean, just look at Counter-Strike Global Offensive and social media as a whole. It will be interesting. I can start think of things now maybe that could have to do with why the players are more into the social media thing, but that will be a topic for next time. That's actually really interesting. We'll do that. But for now, though, do go to the Paleo Gaming YouTube channel. Check out Paleo Monthly, the January edition, where we go over the things that have been going on within the Paleo Gaming community. Check out Paleo Gaming on Twitter, Facebook. Check out Full Cooperation on Twitter and Facebook and all of that. Go to paleogaming.com. And if you don't, we'll be back
Next week.
or-
Next week.
not next week, but the week after that, and we'll tell you again.
We'll tell you again.
Maybe we'll write an angry note, as we do here in Sweden. So, do you have anything else you want to say before we shut this thing down?
I just want to thank you all guys for tuning in and listening to us stupid Swedish guys talking about games that we love.
Yeah,
It's been fun. I love
it's
it.
so funny.
We're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, and on that note, we're just gonna say bye, and we hope that you have a nice evening.
See you guys.